MRI is so valuable. It can be a radiation-free alternative for a number of different things. And they're coming up with a variety of different tools now and devices that can be used in and around an MRI. But the pacemaker side of it has been a little bit of a challenge. So we're talking about the FDA approval and launch of the Medtronic Advisa MRI pacemaker system. And I'm with Dr. Pamela Mason, Director of the Clinical Cardiac Electrophysiology program at the University of Virginia School of Medicine. First off, congratulations, because this has been an issue coming up with something safe in terms of pacemakers for MRI use for years.
Oh, absolutely. It's been many years that physicians and patients have very much wanted to have an MRI compatible pacemaker. MRI is a fantastic imaging modality. It gives lots of information that things like ultrasound, CT, and plain X-ray can't give. And so when we have patients who can't get that imaging modality because they have a pacemaker that they also need, that's been really very unfortunate.
So in terms of the technology, how safe is it?
Oh, it's very safe. The Advisa study was just released. It showed basically that they met all endpoints for efficacy and safety. So there's no danger to patients, and they can get the MRI imaging that they need to get their diagnosis.
And they get all the value of a pacemaker.
Absolutely. And in fact, with the Advisa, they definitely get all of the possible value from a pacemaker. Medtronic had released the Revo pacemaker several years ago, which was their first MRI provisional pacemaker.
Correct.
But it didn't have all of the pacing modalities and
bells
options.
And whistles?
Sort of. You know, as somebody who implants these devices and programs them, we want patients to have the most physiologic pacing that they can have,
Correct.
So closest to their own native heartbeats. And this technology gives us that opportunity.
And is there a limit to the size of the MRI that one of these can, or does that matter? Because in some cases they say that certain MRIs, well, maybe it's safe with a pacemaker no matter what. No matter how strong the MRI is, does this pacemaker still stand strong? Yeah,
the pacemaker is safe in all MRI environments. We don't necessarily recommend that the MRI be placed directly over the device, and of course it can interfere with the imaging in that location as well.
Right. So what's the clinical story here? What would you like doctors to take away from this?
What we want doctors to take away from this is that about 85% of patients who have pacemakers are 65 years old and older. And those are the patients who are going to need more advanced imaging technology. And so this is something that you really should be thinking about for your patients. You don't want to deny them the opportunity to have an imaging technique that they may need in the future.
I mean, they're talking about doing a variety of different interventions now using MRI instead of radiation.
Absolutely.
And so as you expand that, you're going to find more people with pacemakers. So this particular approach could be really valuable.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not only are we expanding pacemaker technology, we're expanding MRI technology and what it can offer patients. And so on both fronts, we want to give patients all options.
So this is really exciting. So we're going to be talking about this in CardioSource World News and, of course, here. Please make sure to look at CardioSource World News for all of the latest information regarding the ACC 13 meeting, where we are with Dr. Mason, and San Francisco is the place. And I'm Rick McGuire, Executive Editor, CardioSource World News.